Hola de nuevo! Here we are again. In the last video, I gave a slight introduction about this concept in Spanish we call the pretérito. What is the pretérito? Past tense. You got it. So we talked about using that tense when you're referring to things that are seen as what? Complete, seen as finished, done, over with. Okay? Now, here's the deal. Just like in English, I can say today I study a lot. Today I study a lot. But yesterday I studied a lot. So in English we change the present tense I study to I studied. So you see that in English we add an ed in most situations for most regular verbs to let us know that we're talking about the past tense. Well, in Spanish we have to do the very same thing. You're used to the present tense endings. Remember, if a verb ends in an AR, what are those endings? O, as, a, amos, an. If a verb in the present tense ends in an ER, what are those endings? O, es, hemos, en. And if a verb ends in an IR in the present tense, what are those endings? O, es, hemos, IMOS, en. So those are our present tense endings for our AR, ER, and IR verbs. However, in the past tense, the way we know that we're talking about something in the past tense is normally through the endings that the words have, or the verbs have rather. So yes, we're going to have to learn some new endings, but once you use them, they're really not that bad. So these endings that I'm going to show you right now are going to be for regular verbs in the past tense. So take a look back here behind me. You've got the verbs tomar, to drink, comer, to eat, and escribir, to write. Okay, so we know normally in the present tense, we get rid, excuse me, let me change colors over here. We get rid of our AR, our ER, and our IR, right? And we add those new endings. So for I drank, not I drink. I drink is what? Yo tomo. But I drank, we're going to take tom and add the new ending. And for AR verbs, it's e. Yo tomé. Accent that A, or that E rather, the E sound, but the E letter. Okay? Yo tomé, tú tomaste, ASTE. Again, these are for our AR verb endings. Look right here. Él, ella, usted, tomó. Tomó. Okay? You hear that difference there? Tomó. You accent that final O, and that lets us know you're talking about the past tense. So, él tomó Coca-Cola anoche. He drank Coke last night. Okay? What about the we form? Nosotros tomamos. AMOS, just like in the present tense. So the only way you would know with nosotros tomamos if that is we drink or we drank is simply by context. So if I would say something like nosotros tomamos café ayer. We drank coffee yesterday. And the word ayer would be your context clue there. Okay? And then finally, we've got ellos, ellas, and ustedes tomaron. Tomaron. Okay? So again, if a verb ends in an AR, in the past tense, the new endings we add to indicate we're talking about the past are as follows. E, aste, o, amos, aron. So yo tomé, tú tomaste, él tomó, nosotros tomamos, ellos tomaron. Okay? So those are the endings for our AR verbs. Now, quickly, let's take a look at the endings for our ER verbs. And I'm not going to write again the yo, tú, él, nosotros, and ellos, because you can see how these will all follow a similar pattern, okay? So, for the ER verbs, again, get rid of your ER, and to say that I ate, not I eat, I ate, is going to be yo comí, an I with an accent, yo comí. Yo comí en Hardee's anoche. I ate at Hardee's last night. ¿Tú comiste? ¿Tú comiste con tu familia anoche? Did you eat with your family last night? Iste for ER verbs. Look at this next one. José comió en Olive Garden. José comió en Olive Garden. So José ate at Olive Garden. Notice that for ER verbs, in the he, the she, and the you formal form, we use IO. But you just accent that O. Okay, so io, comió. Alright, look at this next one. Be careful because this is an ER verb, but in the we form we use IMOS. Imos. Nosotros comimos en Pizza Hut la semana pasada. We ate at Pizza Hut last week. Comimos. Now if you say comemos, C-O-M-E-M-O-S, that would mean we eat. And we're talking about the past tense, not the present. So comimos, I-M-O-S, past tense. And then finally, comieron, comieron. Ellos comieron en China 1. They ate at China 1. Notice it's I-E-R-O-N. So comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comieron. Okay? So you notice those are different than your AR verbs. So you want to make sure you distinguish those, okay? And then the final type of verb that we have is our IR verb. And so we're going to get rid of that IR. Now if I tell you that ER and IR verb endings are exactly the same in the past tense or in the pretérito, then you should be able to follow this pattern up here. So if I say that I wrote a composition for English. Yo escribí. See? Just following that same pattern. Let me make that I look a little bit more like an I right there. Yo escribí. Tú, follow this pattern right here. Escribiste. Tú escribiste una composición en la clase de inglés. Did you write a paper in English class? Rosa escribió un poema. Rosa wrote a poem. Rosa wrote a poem. Escribió. All right. Now watch this. Nosotros escribimos una investigación en la clase de historia. So we wrote a research paper for English class. Now notice guys, in the present tense we say nosotros escribimos to indicate we write, like we write every day in Spanish class. But also escribimos is the pretérito form, So again, your context, just by the words you use, will let you know if you mean we write or we wrote. And then finally, escribieron, escribieron. All right? So you've got all of these forms. So even though you've got three distinct verbs, AR, ER, and IR, the only really kind of endings that you're going to have to learn are just two. For the AR verbs, haste, o, amos, aron. And for the ER and IR verbs, iste, io, imos, ieron. So start committing those endings to memory because these are your regular preterite endings, and soon we're going to be getting into some irregular, okay? So make sure you do your studying. Muchas gracias.